Welcome to my very first pick a card reading. This is for entertainment purposes only, and it's just for us to gain a little insight, clarity, maybe some guidance on something you're trying to work through or something that you're challenged by. So take this as it resonates and leave the rest. My name is Amanda. Thank you for joining me. Please hit that like button if these readings resonate with you. Subscribe if you're interested in getting future readings, and comment below to let me know which pile you picked and if it helped at all. So let's get into the pile preparation. Okay, so in order to get our 3 piles going, I'm just going to pick 3 cards at random and place them, let's do face down. I'm then going to pair them with some crystals, and hopefully that makes it easier to choose your pile. So we've got 1. Let's see if there's any other ones that want to jump out. 2 and 3. Okay. So let me add crystals right now. Okay, so we've got pile number 1 with black obsidian, and this is what it looks like. It's quite beautiful, actually. We have pile number 2, opalite, and this is what the crystal looks like. And pile 3, we have Smoky, quartz, and this is what it looks like. So take a moment, whichever one resonates with you the most. Head down into the description box and click your pile, and let's get into your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the black obsidian, and I'm just going to put it aside here. Let's take a look to see what the focus of your reading is going to be about today. Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. This is what your card looks like. So, whether that is the energy of the reading, whether that's what you're trying to achieve, or maybe what you're challenged with, let's see what it's all about. I'm going to pick an oracle deck, and let's see what it has to say about this solitude card. Could we get some information on the solitude card for pile 1, please? So triumphant success, I'm gonna pick 2, and sacrifice. Okay, and let's get into one more oracle card just for clarity's sake, and then we'll get into your tarot. So for pile 1, could we get some clarifying cards about this solitude energy and what all of this success and sacrifice is all about? My goodness, what a mess here. Okay. Becoming braver. Ooh, do I ever love that? And to pair with this, I'm gonna pull one more. Painting the roses red, covering up errors. Don't really know what that's about yet, but let's dive into our tarot and see what it has to say. Pile 1, what's happening with you? Okay, I'm gonna pull 6 cards. Get an overall sense of what might be going on here. I see you're taking some bold moves, maybe. You're sacrificing some things, maybe to prevent mistakes. Maybe it's taking a toll on you. Let's see what happens. Let's see what comes out. Okay. The World. 2 of Wands. Oh my goodness, lots of celebration here. But I also see some choices happening. Maybe some worry. Maybe a bit of romance. Okay, so the kind of initial feeling that I get from this is that you've sacrificed a whole heck of a lot to get what you've wanted. I'm almost getting a sense that you've become braver. Something may have happened in the past where you had to make a challenging decision and you had to put on your brave face. Maybe you made an error in judgment. Maybe you've made some mistakes, or maybe somebody else did. But the general feeling I'm getting from this is that you have overcome a bit of a difficulty here. With this Nine of Swords is all about kind of anxiety and the things that keep you up at night. Maybe it has to do with these errors in judgment, mistakes you've made, whatever it may be. And it, you know, you kind of have to wonder, was a lot of it self-imposed? Because a lot of times, I know for myself, anxiety can be self-imposed. But man, whatever this was, you have come out of the woodworks. You've made a decision. You've made a brave decision about something. It has been successful. There's a lot of emotional energy here too, with the cups and with this particular border, this blue border from this deck. It's all about emotions. So it took a lot for you to break free from whatever it was that you got out of. As you can see here, she kind of came through, she's breaking free, just like this one's breaking free from the mud, from the dirt, from whatever it is that was holding you back or keeping you down. You made a difficult decision. And, you know, do I dare say that you're better off for it, or you will be better off for that? And I almost get a sense that you've walked away from something, because you've got the Solitude card, which was kind of the precursor to all of these other cards coming out. So whether you had, and I also see the end of a cycle here. The world is, you know, the world turns, and just like cycles, the beginning and the end. So because the world is the end of a cycle, you've finished something, you've completed it, celebrate that. You now either have stability or will be gaining stability because of this choice that you've made. And you will find the solitude and peace that you're looking for. And maybe you need to, if you have not made this decision yet, whatever it may be, maybe you need to go into solitude to kind of figure that out and make that decision. With the Ace of Cups, we have kind of an overflowing energy happening here and the beginning of some kind of cycle. It could also be paired with this card. It could be an overwhelm of emotions, an overwhelm of feelings. And the Knights are all about movement, about motion. And so action, you know. She's the most romantic of the bunch. And so, I don't know. I almost get a sense of marriage here because it's kind of paired with the Knight of Cups. But I'm not sure. That's pretty specific for people. A lot of people aren't getting married. But it doesn't have to be marriage either. It could just be a celebration of what you've achieved. And whatever this success is, whatever you had to sacrifice and be brave for, don't think of it as a mistake. You know, if it feels good for you, if it feels better for you and doesn't keep you up at night and overflows your cup with beautiful energy, I would say lean into that, whatever it is. You will find your peace if you do that. So I almost want to read the book for this one because I'm not too familiar with this deck yet, and I want to know specifically what it's talking about. So in the book, this talks about working for or being in a relationship with someone who is harsh on those who make mistakes. So you're feeling forced to cover up errors to avoid punishment. Fear of mistakes are being discovered or were discovered, and you're hiding the evidence as the consequences are much harsher than the mistake. You're feeling that what you need to do to stay safe is no longer reasonable. So, I don't know what this is. I don't know, but this could have something to do with the relationship that you left, a relationship that you got out of, a relationship that was keeping you up at night, that was stressing you out. But you became braver and you became stronger because of the experience, and you triumphant. You had to sacrifice a lot to come out of it, or you will have to sacrifice a lot to come out of it. But it will give you peace, whatever this is. You know, whatever this, it's a tough decision. It's a really tough decision. And I kind of get the feeling that it's relationships because, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship that was toxic. It could be a boss that was really harsh on you for making mistakes. And maybe you were overwhelmed by a lot of the emotions that came along with that experience. But hey, guess what? You're headed into a new direction now. And you're finding peace. I mean, this was the first card that came out. This is the energy of the reading. So even though this stuff is happening, or was happening, or is happening, or did happen, you're coming into this beautiful energy of maybe celebration and loving yourself, of loving who you are, of loving your brave, strong, resilient self, of forgiving yourself of the mistakes that you've made. Gosh, am I getting a little teary or what? Yes, I am. There's abundance of emotion and feeling here, and that's okay. Just make sure that it doesn't rule you, right? And that know that you're coming to an end of this particular cycle. You will be successful. You will find peace and happiness again. So let's clarify a little bit here, because I would like to know, not necessarily specifically what's going on in your personal circumstance, but, it's always good for me, the reader, to be as accurate as I can. So this one kind of flew out. 9 of Wands. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to fly out and tell us about this. What's going on, man? What's going on? And I'm so sorry if this is, let's see if there's any more flop outs that want to happen here. Yeah, I'm so sorry if whatever this is, like, what a crappy situation to be in. And if this is not for you, if this message doesn't resonate, then this reading is not for you. And that's just how it goes. Because this is a general reading, it's not going to resonate with everybody. So let's just see what we got here. Knight of Swords. Ooh, okay. Barracuda and 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. Knight of Swords. So, barracudas are not necessarily the nicest of creatures. They're very harsh with how they behave. They're very sharp. Let's see. It's all about patience too. And this is all about, swords are about thoughts. So maybe you just have to be patient with yourself in in your communications, in how you're thinking about the situation. Because we also have the Nine of Wands here. And let me go back to this for a sec. This is also a card of confidence. And, you know, we've also got another knight here. Knights are about movement. It's about action. It's about kind of diving in and moving forward and being confident, being logical. And, you know, you might upset some people, but that's okay. I mean, if this is for a relationship, understand that, I mean, I can't say, but maybe it's for the best, considering this covering up errors, you know. You might have been dealing with somebody that was pretty harsh. And this is the card of boundaries, of setting boundaries and keeping to your boundaries in order to stay on track. It's about safety, it's about protection, it's about humility. And, you know, try not to be all things to all people. And that's what, you know, that's a kind of a nice little pairing, to be honest, because this is about setting boundaries and keeping boundaries. And this is about being ruthless about implementing them and holding strong on them. And, you know, cutting through the brain fog, if you will. You know, when you get people coming at you because of the choices you've made, and maybe for feeling good about these choices, you might have people coming at you and trying to tell you otherwise. And, you know, set those boundaries, keep them in place, and be fierce about putting them into action and sticking to your ground. And, you know, don't overcommit yourself at this particular period in time because of all this emotional stuff going on. You're going to burn yourself out, and, you know, you might have, you might overwhelm yourself. And, you know, this can be it too. The overwhelm of too much going on, and maybe stepping back. So, I'm not sure if this resonates for you. I hope it does. I hope it's helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like to share your story. If not, I wish you the very best, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Opalite. And I'm just going to put it over here. And let's see what your oracle card has to say about the energy of your reading. Simplify your life. Traveling lightly. And this is what your card looks like. I'm just going to put it over here. And we're going to start with oracle cards. So we're going to do a bit of a quick shuffle, and then we'll pull 2 from here and 2 from the Alice deck, and we'll see what it has to say. Traveling lightly, simplify your life. This one wanted to come out. Oh boy, okay. So we've got lots of purple going on here. I don't know what that means yet, but we will see. The waiting game. Obstacles and challenges. Let's see. What are you waiting for? What are these obstacles and challenges all about? Whoops. Oh boy. So you're not too happy about something. You're waiting for something. maybe being impatient. I don't know yet, actually. Let's, Steampunk Oracle. Let's see what your tarot cards have to say about this. So I get the sense that you're being impatient or upset that something in your life is not coming to fruition. Maybe it's literally about travel. I don't know. Maybe it's about simplifying your life in some way. But you're coming across some obstacles and challenges. So not only are you having to wait, you're coming across things that are in your way, and maybe you can't reach your dreams or your goals. Okay, I'm just gonna take those two because they fell out. So maybe that has to do with something, and I'm just gonna see what else happens here. I'm gonna take 6 cards. So we've got Knight of Wands, 5 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Let's see what else we got here. Do I dare say that this has to do with somebody you are seeing? Wheel of Fortune. Maybe you're waiting for them. Oh boy. I never like the Tower card. So you have something, you have a dream, you have a goal, you have a vision. And it's not coming to pass right now. It's kind of making you mad, whatever this is. And you're coming up against obstacles, coming up against challenges, and it's just, when is it gonna happen? Simplify your life, traveling lightly. So how does that work in the whole scheme of the deck, or of the reading here? So we've got 3 cups, which means that this could be a little bit of an emotional journey. We see some celebration happening, possibly with friends. Maybe something happened. And you know, something fated happened. It was meant to happen. And now you're in this period of waiting for something else to happen. Maybe you're building a new dream and you're coming up against all these obstacles. The Knight of Wands, she is all about movement and action, and it's about will. So you just want to get on with it, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve here, your goals, your dreams. You just want to get on with it and find kind of this magical pairing, whether it's with a business partner, whether it's with a lover of some kind, and you want to just get it done. I get this like impatient, like let's go energy. And because maybe you don't want to sit in this Tower energy, maybe you don't want to sit in whatever fell apart, whatever fell down, whatever obstacle got in your way. You know, but whatever you were building before was not built on a strong foundation or a strong enough foundation. Maybe it was too complicated. Maybe that's what the simplify your life is that moving forward, maybe you need to do things a little more simply. Maybe you're doing too much, or maybe 5 of Cups. Don't sit in the energy of what happened in the past, because look, you've got opportunity right here. You've got things happening. You've got Wheel of Fortune, which is fate, destiny, kind of the cycle of things turning over. It's not going to stay like this. And maybe in the meantime, you need to simplify your approach, simplify your perspective, and just keep it simple. And I mean, if this has to do with somebody you're seeing not coming around, not kind of happening as fast as you'd like, you know, lean on some friends. Go have some fun, enjoy yourself. Don't worry about what's happening. Don't wallow in this energy of this isn't happening or it did happen, because you're going to miss the opportunities that are in front of you. Don't let your emotions rule how you act, how you behave, how you take action. And, you know, it's okay that things aren't happening right now, because it is eventually going to take you to a place where things are happening eventually. You just have to be patient and fall into this energy of hanging out with people that bring you joy, of giving you these beautiful feelings. And don't focus on, I mean, you can have your goal and your dream and have the life that you've always wanted. But don't get upset or frustrated or angry that it's not happening right now. And as this, simplify your life, meaning travel lightly, drop the burdens, drop the feelings, drop the expectations. And maybe that's exactly what it has to say is, yeah, you might have to wait a little bit, but that doesn't mean it will never happen. So let's get some clarifiers here from this particular tarot. Two of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So again, I mean, we've got some twos happening here. Two of Pentacles. This is about things manifesting in the material world. Two of Pentacles is about balance, and maybe you need to find that balance again, that harmony of balancing out this frustrated, angry, maybe sorrowful, if I want to go that far, but I don't feel that it's sad sorrow. I just think it's kind of disappointment. Find a way to balance those energies. And, you know, the High Priestess, she is very quiet, very esoteric, very intuitive. And, you know, be the energy that you want to attract. And that's kind of the law of manifesting, right? You know, don't get caught up in this angry energy or this disappointment energy. You know, if you want to attract this beautiful alchemy, and you want to attract prosperity, and you want to have this dream life, act as if you have it right now. And how would you, within this life, act? What would you be doing? Who would you be hanging out with? What kind of actions and behaviors would you have? And drop everything, simplify, drop everything that doesn't align with that vision, that dream, that goal. What feels intuitive to you? And come back to this balanced energy of the Two of Pentacles. And I see that whatever you're tackling, whatever you're doing it well. But, you know, also too, you can only do that for so long. So, you know, again, talking about the simplifying things so that you don't have to continue to balance yourself, to keep it kind of upright, keep things upright, keep things going. So, you know, having that balance of work and play, of quiet and movement, or action and, you know, stillness, I should say, of celebration and, you know, being quiet, having that moment of peace and quiet, of having those dreams and working through that process, that emotional process of getting to those, to making those dreams come true. And yeah, be a little playful in the process, you know, have some fun. Definitely don't worry about this energy, because there's not a lot of that energy around. It might just be for this moment, and then it'll be done. So simplify what it is you want, how it is you want to feel. And I'm sure it's not this. I'm sure it's this, and I'm sure it's this, you know, and I'm sure it's this and this. You know, there's a lot of great energy here. You just have to make the decision to, yes, I can be patient. Yes, I'm going to have obstacles, but if I simplify life and then just enjoy the moment and let go of everything else that doesn't align to this particular dream or that goal you have, just let it go. I know that's easier said than done, but that's what the cards are telling me. So I hope this helps, pile 2. Whatever you're dealing with, I'd love to know. Please, if you feel comfortable, share in the comments below. Let me know if this resonated, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Smoky Quartz. I'm just going to put it over here for now. And let's see what the energy or message the Oracle has for you today. Protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. Now I have to say, this isn't my favorite card. I don't necessarily believe in angels, so I'm always challenged when this card comes up because I don't know how to interpret it. But this isn't about me, it is about you. So whatever you can take from this card, take it. And if you don't believe in angels too, that's okay too. It can be protection by your guides, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in. So what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle and pull 2 clarifying oracle cards that might give us a bit more information or clarity about the energy of this reading and what kind of messages it might have to share today. So I'm just going to do a bit of a shuffle. Can never do the bridge shuffle very well. And okay, let's see what cards have to come out. Okay, let's see if we have any flippers today. No flippers. 1 flipper. Let's pull that out before I get too carried away here. Let's see if there's any other flippers. And if not, we'll just pull from the deck. What a mess. Okay, positive movement forward. So we got all kinds of colors happening. Now we're gonna pull 2 from the Alice Oracle. And I'm not gonna look for flippers in this one. I'm not skilled enough to do flippers yet, and this deck is absolutely huge. It's like bigger than my hand. So we're just gonna overhand shuffle. All right, so what am I getting from this? All right. It seems like all the cards that are challenging me are coming out in this reading. The other card that challenges me is this message from a rabbit. Because, you know, service to the animal world, I'm not really too sure. It's talking about service to animals, connecting with animals. We have angel, we have protection here. We have rest and rejuvenate. We have a few different messages going on, so I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of pull it all together into one reading. And I mean, maybe that's exactly what this is about. This one's talking about imagination and conception, possibly an idea. Maybe it has to do with animals. And whatever it is you're trying to achieve here, maybe you need to connect with the animal world in some way, or nature. you know, we've got rest and rejuvenate card. Maybe some meditation is required, and that's going to help you move things forward. Protected by angels. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Okay, well, I'll take that. King of Wands. We're going to pull 6 cards here and see what they have to say to further kind of dive deeper into what this is all about. My goodness, this is a challenging one. We've got 2. Oh man, let's see what else. Wow. All right. So this protected by angels is about being open to opportunity, being open to messages, and that gives me this feeling here. And even her, she's kind of got this feeling of openness to ideas, inspiration. And then you've got the open water here. So I kind of get a sense that this is about opportunity in some way, and maybe not knowing which steps to take or how to get there. Maybe this is about your creativity, about creating something new or imagining something new or setting off on a brand new journey, and you're not quite sure what that might look like. But know that whatever it is you're trying to achieve here, that, you know, you kind of are where you're meant to be, and that's okay. But man, you got a lot of big energy here with the kings. The kings are kind of the top tier of the tarot, and the kings don't necessarily have to mean male figures. It is an energy. It's about big energy. It's about knowing what you want and kind of being ruthless and going after it. The wands is about kind of imagination, and not imagination, but I mean, it's about will. It is about creativity. It's about fire energy, passion. It's about adventure and kind of going after that, not being able to sit still. But ironically, we have this sitting still. We have these peaceful cards here. And then you have the Queen of Wands, who's also that fire energy, that passion. And sort of this nurturing energy of nurturing that passion. And then we've got the Empress, who is the ultimate nurturer of that creative idea, that spark of an idea, of nurturing that, of planting the seed, of bringing it to life, of using that intuition to create something new. But we also have some interesting ones here. We have a card of repetition. This is also mastery. So, are you in a creative field of some kind? And, you know, I kind of want to say this, but I don't know if it's going to resonate. If it's something that you've created and now is kind of taking over, if you will, with this Devil card, it's kind of like Frankenstein in a way, where you've created this monster, so now you have to spend all this time and effort trying to keep it in line and wrangle it, but understand that you not only have the tools to do that, if that's what you choose to do, but you also have a choice of cutting the ties, of loosening the chains from this monster if you feel so inclined to do so. And if you wanted to start something new, the cards are telling me it's it. You can. I almost get, with this protected by angels and this positive movement forward card, you see this like little bird kind of following him out to sea. It's like there's this guidance energy happening. like you are being guided to something new. Messages for a rabbit, not quite sure. It's service to the animal world. Maybe you're doing something on a corporate level, let's say, and you want to get more into, you want to do something that's more in tune with animals. Maybe you want to do something that is in more service to some kind of group. And maybe it doesn't have to mean animals, but animals are kind of, they don't have a voice. So maybe this new endeavor is not only creative, but you're passionate about giving a voice to those who don't have one, or yeah. The King of Pentacles energy is about, you know, loving the finer things in life and making sure that everybody's having a good time. But I almost wonder if this is kind of the beast, if you will, of trying to keep it all together, trying to keep it to a certain level of expectation, certain level of success. I mean, whatever it is, you're masterful at it, but it's almost like some of these cards are asking you to go inward a bit, to not only find this new creative spark, but to know that whatever it is that you're feeling inclined to do, that you are being guided towards that for a reason. And maybe it's this inner passion that you have for it, and you've had it all along, but you took a different path, and it got you to this place of mastery, but it also got you to a place of somewhere that you weren't quite expecting. So I don't know if that resonates, but let's get into some further tarot clarifications. And oh my goodness, this deck is absolutely difficult to shuffle. Here we go. Okay, and we'll see where we're at, okay? And let's see. Oh, what is all of this energy all about? What are we clarifying here? Yeah. Creativity, business, new path, protection. Five of Swords. And the Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of sword energy here, surprisingly, even though there's no swords in your main reading. But swords are about thoughts. The swords are about communication. And again, knights are about movement and action. So this card has a few different meanings here for me. It, you know, either you take action and don't care about what harms you, I shouldn't say you, but regardless of the consequences, you take the action and you kind of you're unfeeling about it. And, you know, again, there's an animal that's popping up here. Maybe there's a misalignment of values happening. That's kind of what I get. You may have made some gains. Maybe you're prosperous. Maybe you're successful. But maybe you've gotten to this place of it became this beast, and you're no longer aligned with it, even though you're a master at it, even though you have this leadership about you. Maybe it was misaligned, and maybe you kind of need to get into this quieter energy, and maybe you are being guided, whether it's by angels or your intuition or your inner passions, but you're being guided to something different, new horizons, if you will. Maybe you were a victim of this in some way, where you were at the hands of somebody who took advantage. And maybe you're involved in something that feels like it's taking over your life, or you're feeling a bit out of control about it. But you know what? You have the insight, the intuition, and the creative spark to create whatever, to become a master at whatever it is you want to do. Maybe that has to do with animals, I'm not sure. This rabbit is coming up. So if you find yourself, if you are the deer in this situation and somebody is just taking advantage of you, taking advantage of the situation and not really caring, regardless of who they hurt, you know, understand that you've got this Knight of Sword energy, which is you can cut through all this. You can take action and be confident in cutting these ties from this beast, if that's what you choose. Again, you know, deers, they follow their instinct. They go to where it's safe. If they're spooked, they move quickly. And that's, you know, this Knight of Swords energy, they move. Knights, they take action. And so, and with this, you know, the moon's coming up here. Moons are about intuition as well, and following that North Star, following that, you know, you have a sense for what's right and what's wrong, and use that intuition to get through this, whatever situation may be. And, you know, communicate what it is that you need, communicate your values, even if it's to yourself. You don't have to speak, you don't have to put it on social media, you don't have to write it in a blog. Just think about it. And, you know, maybe you need to kind of go inward and take a break and rest and rejuvenate. Even if you're in a job, let's say, and you're struggling with the business that you're kind of attached to. Maybe when you come home at night after your shower or your bath, you spend like 10 minutes just sitting still to figure out kind of this next movement forward. Maybe it's a side hustle that you start and you become a master at. And maybe it's just standing up for your values and the things that you think and feel and want to do, regardless of, you know, who you're up against. And, you know, if I may say, you might be up against some energies here, some big energies. And that might be intimidating. I know this guy intimidates me the most in the tarot deck. He's pretty big energy, pretty passionate, pretty fiery. So if that's the case here, if you were taken advantage of, or you're not liking, you know, what you're doing is not aligning with your values, then, you know, check in with yourself and figure out what that might be. And maybe you need to birth something new with this, you know, Empress energy. Maybe you need to use your intuition to birth something new and maybe go in a different direction. I see new horizons here. So this was your reading, pile 3. I hope that something from this reading resonates. Please share in the comments if you feel comfortable on what resonated with you and why. And I hope you enjoyed your reading today, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.